Good afternoon. I'm going to present you our views on the place of the regions in personalized medicine, what we've done, what we expect, and why we think it is important to have the regions in personalized medicine. We think that the regions have a role to play because they have different assets in this area. First, they have a place in the value chain of the health industry, not always the whole spectrum of the health industry, sometimes very specialized, but they can do a lot to promote this industry. And also because they have a place, but not the whole, cover the whole thing of the health industry, they need to have cross-border initiatives and cooperation, and that's where the EU can help. The second thing is that the regions are at the heart of ecosystems. They are at the heart of the triangle of knowledge, but they also support the industry, and they also have something to do with the healthcare. So because of this, they are well placed to promote and implement personalized medicine. A third element is that the regions, because of their responsibilities in healthcare systems, are well placed to translate innovation into applications that reach the patient. And the fourth element that I would like to mention is the synergy between the different levels, because we have indeed the European level, but you have also the national level and the regional level of funding, and the regions are at the crossing of also these different funding. And now also it's becoming even more important for us, the EU, is that the regions can use these structural funds to support their contribution into Horizon Europe initiatives. So that makes them even more important. Another thing I want to say is that there is also a strong link between personalized medicine and the transformation of healthcare systems. We think that personalized medicine is centered on the patient and not specifically on diseases as a consequence in the organization of healthcare systems. Traditionally, you go to an hospital, you've got different services, one in cardiology, another one in oncology. With personalized medicine, probably in the future, this will be organized differently. The second thing is that personalized medicine, because it's holistic, but also because it's multidisciplinary, changes the approach towards reimbursement. There is currently a separation between treatment, diagnosis, and different level of interventions with different codification. The insurance systems have their own approaches. And if you come, for example, with the companion diagnostics, it changes the paradigm. So there is a need to go further in this transformation. There is also, regarding reimbursement, the need to better understand how to reimburse patients if you take into account the patient more broadly, and specifically if you take into account a personalized prevention. Because personalized prevention on the one hand could be a way to save a lot of money because you will escape for the payers. You can avoid diseases that are very expensive to treat, but on the other hand, if you have to treat preventively a patient along his life or her life, then it can cost also. So there is a need to better understand this, and this will have consequences on the reimbursement systems. And last but not least, the regions have a major role to play in the healthcare. There are different roles depending on the countries. In Belgium, it's federal countries, so the regions have a lot of power. In my country, France, it's a bit different because it's much more centralized, but since the regions have something to do. So it's at different levels, but still the regions are very important. We have tried to support action for inter-regional cooperation in personalized medicine. We have supported a series of projects, CSAs, that are called the ICPermed family, and they are supposed to support the activities of ICPermed in different domains, including international cooperation, but also including the integration of regions in ICPermed. There is also, and I wish to mention it, that some regions are participating in ICPermed. The regions are also participating in EU-funded projects with relevance to personalized medicine. I will say a bit more on that in a moment. They are also involved in an Euronet, either as part, maybe as part of the consortium, but me, I'm talking under the control of INVEDI. Otherwise, they answer calls of the Euronet, so they are involved. And another thing, but this will be discussed later, because SAPHIRE is and the Flemish region is completely involved in this, but there is the platform from the GRC on personalized medicine, which is also something very important for the promotion of cooperation between regions in personalized medicine. So we've done a little exercise at the Commission with Horizon 2020 project. We made a search with the keyword personalized medicine with the two spelling S or Z. We didn't go further because we could enlarge with companion diagnostics, with individualized medicine, or all the expressions that are surrounding. But this keyword, personalized medicine, in the title, in the abstract, and the keywords of the project allowed us to identify pretty surely 333 projects dealing with personalized medicine. And when you look at this, we had the top 20 regions. The top region is the region of UK, so we'll see in the future with the Brexit what happens. The second region is Catalonia, and I wish to mention the third region because just to say that in our little study there is also a bias, statistical bias, because the reason why Paris is so high is that we have the National Institute of Health. And so each time in a project you have a National Institute of Health, you have an address in Paris. And so Paris appears, more stronger in this frame than it should be. We try to put this into a map that maybe you recognize something, but as I say, in black you have the regions that are pretty much involved in our project regarding personalized medicine. Paris, I said that there is a little bias. Catalonia is there, and this is not surprising, but to a certain extent it is also. I will tell you in a minute why. You see that it's not spread all over Europe. You have some regions that are more involved. It has to do with specialization, I guess. It has to do also with level of their wealth, because research means also money, so it's not so surprising. It's interesting to see also that we have not dig into this, but I suspect when I see the north of Italy and the east of France, that there is also cross-border cooperation from regions that existed before the constitution of the states. And I think if you take Flanders and the Netherlands, they will have the same also things. It's something that is linked to history, but it is still there. So we have to take this into account, and I think Europe can help to promote this. This is another picture, which is quite old, but it's just to compare. This is a mapping that we did based on the risk-free of the regions and the previous multi-annual framework, financial framework. And you see that you have a correlation, but it's not perfect. There are some reasons. The first reason is that when we did this, we were missing some data. So I assume that Catalonia was not there when we did the mapping, while Catalonia is, as you've seen, very active in the field of personalized medicine. Another reason is that some regions probably have moved on and were not so interested at the beginning and are much more. What I can see is that, with the exception of maybe UK, when you have personalized medicine, which is defined at a national level, which you have on the East, it does not translate into a strong participation in our project. I know that SAPHIRE has started to do a mapping with a new financial framework. It's still ongoing, so we will see if it matches the evolution. Something to say, but very quickly, because you know that, we are supporting two CSAs for the integration of regions in ICPermed, regions for PERMED and SAPHIRE, and plus we have the regions with the Euronet. I will not stay on this one. Just talk about the future. The future is a partnership that we want to co-found partnership that we want to support in personalized medicine. This is open to region, either directly, region can be members of the consortium, or indirectly, because they can answer the different calls that are published by the consortium. One of the expected impact of translating basic research into applications, addressing personalized prediction and prevention, providing socioeconomic evidence, because this is very important if we want to implement personalized medicine, to understand how it will cost and how we can support it. Advancing relevant regulatory science, and developing curricula. That is also something very important, because this goes beyond research. And that's where you see where the regions can really play a role, because you can be involved in research, but you can be involved in other domains. And I was about to forget, of course, integrating data, which is a very important element. And this expect from this partnership also to address some of the major policies from the Commission. So aligning research and these policies is very important. And also creating synergies with other programs, and in particular, as I mentioned it, the Horizon Europe program and the Structural Fund for the Development of Regions. And I think that's all. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Don't go too far, because perhaps there are some questions. Is anybody who has a question? I have a question for you.
I have a question.
Yeah. How can we maximize the role of the regions for the development and implementation of personalized medicine?
I think that's one thing we expect, maybe we are expecting, but we expect from the upcoming partnership is that you can combine different sources and different type of activities that go beyond only research, because when you have a research project, it's research. But then you can link this with the implementation of healthcare systems, with the support to innovation and industry. So I think that's where the regions will be, in my opinion, very important. And you can combine also different funds from different programs, which is also an important element.
Very interesting. Is there, yeah, there's a question over there. Somebody with a microphone, please. Okay. Over there, yeah.
Yes, I wanted to know if during the project you have found some gaps for all the regions, so some structural challenges that all regions find in personalized medicine.
Not specifically in the project, because projects are the research projects, so they don't tell us a lot about the regions. I think if you want, normally the regions identify their gaps when they develop their risk strategy. So I would say it's more in this type of documents that you will see. But what I think is interesting to follow up in the future is the participation of the different regions and compare to the priorities that are announced in the plan of the regions when they request funds from the EU. One little detail I want to say is that when I was mentioning the regions in the map, it's in fact based on the NUT2, so the address of the participant. It doesn't mean that these are only pure regional institutions. It can be a university, it can be a company.
Yeah,
so this has to be clear.
More questions? No? Okay, thank you very much.